stand together in solidarity and condemn the horrific attacks that just happened in Turkey a few days ago. It is clear that these terrorists have nothing to do with Islam. They have committed the ultimate crime in the holiest month of Ramadan, where we, as Muslims, pray for forgiveness and we pray for other people, their well-being, and for our children, for them to be safe. These attacks in Turkey, Orlando, and other places that have been happening, it's clear that these people, we need to come together all across the countries, all across the borders, to go after them, and go after them in their home. Go to them, take the fight to them. We are standing together here in solidarity. And now I would like to start the program inviting our wonderful speaker Melissa Mark-Rivers. Please.
First of all, I want to acknowledge and thank all the leaders that are here that have gathered us in a demonstration of solidarity. I want to thank Ibrahim Koutulas, Irfan, Yildirim, and Mohammed Rasmi for their leadership and bringing us together. And I was just making a comment before that I'm tired of coming to these press conferences. It is a pain and it is a hole in our soul, in our heart, when we know that death and the murder of people, in this case in Turkey, has occurred. It's just becoming something that is too common and not something that I want to be participating in. Having said that, it is a moment for us to come together across communities, across religions, and come in solidarity and in peace. So with that, I want to acknowledge my council colleagues, Councilmembers Miller, Gentili, Levine, and Williams that are here. As has been said on Tuesday, the world witnessed another senseless act of terrorism. These recent instances of violence are deplorable and inexcusable. And what made this one even more deplorable, as has been indicated, was the targeting of civilians during the most holy month of Ramadan. Today, New York City joins with the Turkish community as we mourn the loss of innocent life in Istanbul at the hands of terrorists who seek to instill fear and spread hate. We all stand in solidarity with you and are here to say that we are one, united in humanity. The greatest threat to terrorism is our unity. Together, we must continue to reject all forms of violence and extremism. Our thoughts and prayers are with all of those impacted by this horrific act, people of Turkey and all victims of violence and terror, whether it be New York, Tel Aviv, Madrid, Paris, Nigeria, Brussels, even in Orlando, or anywhere else, are resilient, and even in the face of such tragedy, they will rise again stronger. So I really want to thank everyone that is here today. This kind of solidarity is what is most needed, right? And so we must stand united and speak up and reject this horror that has afflicted us. So thank you very much for that.
As the speaker has mentioned, so we are standing together in unity. We are going to make sure that they do not succeed. And this is the proof that we are going to be standing together across religious lines. Next, I want to invite our wonderful controller, Scott Stringer.
I want to thank the leadership of the Turkish community and all the leaders in New York City for coming together today. I just want to say that the Turkish Muslim community has always stood with other groups in times of great challenge and tragedy. And I really want to thank you for all that you have done, because today we stand with you. And what is becoming part of our lives and part of our children's lives is that almost on a daily basis, we see attacks against people, gun violence, terrorist attacks. We cannot let this be part of our culture, and we cannot accept this as a way of life. And one of the reasons why we come together in this city every time, anywhere, there is an attack on a people, we stand up and say this is unacceptable and that we are united. And today I want to make it very clear that we are united with the Turkish people folks who have contributed so much to our city. We are united with our Muslim brothers and sisters. We are not going to divide. We are going to unite. And I hope that as we think about our own Independence Day in this country, we recognize our responsibility to bring people together, never separate us. And that is what I think today is all about. So I want to thank all of my colleagues who stand here today. Let us continue to pray for peace. Let's also remember we're advocates and we're activists. We have a role to play in this debate. Thank you.
I'm going to call upon Dimmer Tulish, one of the wonderful members who has helped to put this together.
Tuesday, 3 suicide bombings at Istanbul Atatürk Airport, which killed 41 and wounded over 239 others, unfortunately offers another clear reminder of the very real threat of terrorism, and once again demonstrates that the ruthless face of evil of terrorism has no flag and no religion. There are no words in our vocabulary that can properly describe the depth of our sorrow following the latest terrorist attacks at Atatürk International Airport in Istanbul. We, the Turkish American community, are very grateful to all New York's community and political leaders who share our sadness by standing with us because of the terrorist bombings that took place Tuesday night in Istanbul. The stress of what we feel is very difficult for us to express. We condemn the senseless and cowardly acts of terrorism during the holy month of Ramadan. We feel that a crime perpetrated in the name of religion is the greatest crime against religion. Our hearts go out to the families of the victims who lost their lives in the murderous attacks and the ones seriously wounded. We pray for the full and swift recovery of more than 200 people who are seriously wounded. These ugly and cowardly attacks in Istanbul remind us again that the threat of terrorism remains all too real and confronts each and every one of us. The world must continue to stand against all terrorism, because in the end, no one is safe until terrorism itself is rejected and combated in all its manifestations. The international community needs to offer its full and unambiguous support of the Republic of Turkey as it seeks to defend itself against the barbaric attacks against aggression on civilian targets in the most chaotic region of today's Middle East. It is time for the international community to stop turning a blind eye to terrorism and recognize the murder of civilians is depraved, no matter if it occurred in New York, Paris, Madrid, Brussels, and Tel Aviv. We wish all who were involved in such cowardly and despicable attacks to heal right away and return to their families, to whom we express our sincere solidarity with. We stand in solidarity with our NATO ally of the Republic of Turkey in combating the threat of terrorism. We also hope that those who were in the network of organizing such a despicable act are soon discovered and punished. I am confident that together, through a multi-ethnic and faith effort, our values will always prevail against the hate, merchants, terrorists, and violence. We grieve with the victims and with their families in Turkey. We in New York stand in solidarity with the nation of Turkey and all people of goodwill. Thank you very much, and a message from the minority city council member, my city councilman, Steve Matteo, also stands in solidarity with us in condemning the attacks in Istanbul.
Thank you. I would like to request our council member, Vincent Gentile, to say a few words.
Thank you, and I want to thank the Turkish American Muslim community for putting this together and bringing together cross cultures, cross religions, all together here with the Turkish American Muslim community to condemn what happened at the Istanbul airport and to those who are dead and those who are injured at this act of evil, as we have said. And we stand in unity, and that's why it's so important to be here with the Turkish American Muslim community. Stand in unity in condemning this and condemning the evil that occurred, because if there's any doubt, as you know, this happened during the religious holiday of Ramadan. This was not religion. This was pure, unadulterated evil. And that's what happened at the airport. And that's why we're here today to condemn it. And I stand in unity with Mr. Katulis and all those here who are here for that purpose. And we will stand each and every time until we see terrorism for what it really is.
Evil. That is what we're fighting. Thank you again for reiterating that, Council Member. We're going to stand together. Now I would like to call another Council Member, a wonderful Council Member, Danny Guerrero, one of the Muslim Council Members, or the only. We got you now.
Good morning, everyone. As we remember the folks that we lost so tragically in Istanbul, we stand in solidarity with their families and people in Turkey, whether abroad or right here in the United States and here in New York City. When there is such an attack anywhere in the world, it's an attack on all of us. And I think that we, once again, as the speaker said, we're tired of gathering here after such violent incidents, but we will continue to gather here to let people know, let the world know that we stand united against such crimes against humanity. And an attack on anyone is an attack on everyone. So, again, this is not the act. This is the act of terrorist, hateful individuals who do not represent a faith, do not represent a religion. They only represent hate and destruction. We are stronger together. We will stand against hate and destruction and show that anyone who not just participates in these acts of violence, but those who promulgate these acts of violence, those provocateurs who put out the words that influence and incite these acts of violence, we stand against you as well. We stand here as one human family. During the month of Ramadan, we pray for peace each and every day. We pray for unity each and every day. And if not for that strength and that courage, we would not be able to stand here against these challenges that we face every day. And that is for the entire human family here. So it's an honor to stand here with my colleagues in the government. It's an honor to stand here with all the leaders of faith to just say that we stand in unity and in solidarity against hatred wherever it is perpetuated anywhere in the world. Thank you for everyone for coming out and allowing me to be part of this great movement.
I would like to call upon another wonderful Council Member, Councilmember Mark Levine. Chair of the Jewish Caucus.
All right. Thank you, Mehmet. Thank you so much. Marhaba. To my fellow New Yorkers, our Turkish American brothers and sisters, I want you to know that we stand with you now in this very difficult moment. And we pray with you for the recovery of the many movements suffering from God fighting for their lives. You know, the ties between Turkey and the United States and between New York and Istanbul are so deep. I just learned that there are 50 Turkish American officers putting their lives on the lines for us in the NYPD. And of course, JFK is one of the airports with direct service to Ataturk Airport, and there may have been New Yorkers amongst those impacted by this attack. So we really mourn with you and grieve with you as brothers and sisters. And we take this as a painful reminder that all of us are on the front lines of this battle with the evil that is terrorism. Muslims, Christians, Jews, whether we're on the streets of of Orlando or New York or Brussels or Tel Aviv or Karachi or Baghdad or Istanbul. We all stand together. It doesn't matter our color, our nationality, our language, our faith. We stand for the principle that all human life is precious. And we're going to do whatever it takes to beat back this threat. We know we're stronger when we're united. And I'm proud that voices from all across the spectrum are here today to express that unity. Thank you very much.
My name is Mohammed Razvi with the Council of People's Organization. One of the other next people I'm going to ask to speak, he is at the heart of the Turkish community. He has been working with the Turkish community, the Muslim community, all in Brooklyn. It is my great pleasure to please introduce our former borough president, Marty Markovitz.
Thank you very, very much. Merhaba. And as we say, Nemut Turk DNA. And that can apply to, at this moment, any nationality. Let me extend to the Turkish families and the international families impacted by the murderers at Ankara Airport our deepest sympathies, and to the city of Istanbul and to the entire country of Turkey. An attack on Turkey is an attack on all of us that value humanity. If the good Lord wanted us all to be of one race, in his ultimate power, we would have been one race, we would have been one nationality, we would have been one color, we would have been one religion, but that's not the plans the Almighty had. He created us in many different sizes and shapes with free will to determine the course of our life and to practice in a way that we wish to practice to the one Almighty that is powerful of all of us. The people that commit these atrocities are murderers. They are criminals and they are murderers. And they are murderers in any and every country that values diversity and human race, dignity and respect. These people don't see it this way. They have another plan, that all of us should believe what they believe. So, it's clear to me what we have to do. It's easy to talk tough, but sadly, there are times when each country must be tough. And we're going to have to be tough because in some ways, in my opinion, this is a clash of civilizations. And it's very clear that those that harbor these murderers must be flushed out and stopped. Corporations and wealthy men and women across the globe that are funding their dastardly deeds must be flushed out and stopped. Any country that harbors them among their borders and protects them must be flushed out and taken care of. Because I'll say it again, they are not going anywhere. Everything that you and I believe in, they are against. The kind of life that we lead here, what we so cherish for ourselves and our children, is not what they cherish. So sadly, so sadly. I believe that good will always overcome evil. And the universality of the human spirit, of the human race, will prevail. And they'll go back under the rocks and holes in which they came from, never to be seen again. Amen. Thank you. Shalom.
I would like to call upon a wonderful friend of the community, Senator Liz Gruber, please.
Thank you. Well, I'm here, like so many of my colleagues today, to voice my support and sympathy for the Turkish American community. I think Marty Markovitz said it excellently. We are all one, but we all have differences amongst ourselves, and the type of terrorism we are seeing throughout the world that can hit anyone at any time is both terrifying and completely unacceptable. I am a proud New York Jewish American who last 2 years ago joined through family with a wonderful Turkish Muslim family wedding in Istanbul, another wedding here, and our families have combined. And when I heard about the incident at the airport in Istanbul the other day, I was immediately on the phone and texting to my new family to make sure everyone was okay. And the answer was, thank God, yes, but everyone's terrified. As we're terrified anywhere in the world where this can happen and is happening. So we must stand together. We must not let our differences allow people to separate us, and we must stand strongly for freedom and pluralism and the right to live in harmony wherever we live in the world. So my heart goes out to everyone in the Turkish American community who may have had worse news yesterday than I did in my family. Thank you.
I would like to request another wonderful council member, Councilor Jamani Williams, please come with us.
I want to thank Mo for putting us together and all the colleagues who were here. Thank you for the call yesterday to want to do this. Before I go to Turkey, I'm sure to mention, but I want to make sure we send our sympathies to those in Somalia and Mogadishu as well, who had a suffering attack a couple of days before this. I wish I could say that this kind of violence was new to our world history, but it's not. But what is also a companion to that is people like us around the world who use love to combat that kind of hate and who continue to use love to push back on the violence. And I can say when you look at history, we have always won that fight. And so I pray and continue that that message will continue to move forward without demonizing our religion, but demonizing the actions of people who are perverting our religion. And that has happened in our history across all religions and across all beliefs. And so in this city, where we are a melting pot, we must stand up every time this happens across the globe. Because in this globalization, one attack somewhere affects us all. And we've seen this type of attacks in this country and other places. My prayers are with the families of those in Turkey who lost their lives and who were injured, and with all of us. Because it takes continued strength to continue to push back. But I implore all of us to keep doing that, because throughout history we have won, and love will win again. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamani. Thank you. I'd like to call upon another wonderful person. She's representing the mayor, and she is Dr. Sarah Said. Dr. Sarah Said, who is the liaison to the Muslim community.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
On behalf of Mayor de Blasio and the administration, I join you in mourning the lives of all those who died in the horrific suicide bomber attacks, and praying for those who were injured, for their families and their friends. As the Quran teaches us, every life is precious, and it belongs to God, and it returns to God. As we see on a daily basis, extremism and terrorism are borderless. Terrorists represent all nationalities, religions, social classes, genders. So do the victims. Muslims in particular are victims of international terrorism on a large scale. All of us are impacted, caught in this cycle of violence. Terrorist violence is also part of a larger web of violence, as has been already mentioned. We live with this violence every day. It includes wars, gun violence, mass shootings, homicides, and domestic violence. That's why it's up to each of us to take a stand against every form of violence. We are all part of the solution. And I'm glad that we're here together to pray. The first step in making a change to ending all forms of violence begins in each of our hearts. The Prophet, peace be upon him, Prophet Muhammad, as we're observing Ramadan, taught us that if you're able to keep your heart from morning to night, and from night until morning, free from malice towards anyone, I think this is a worthy goal. mutual brotherhood and sisterhood of all. Thank you.
As we were mentioning, it's across religious lines that we are standing here together. It gives me a great honor to request Rabbi Joe Potasnik to please address us. Thank you. We come here today as many faiths, but we are all one family. We come here today to show that 1 and 1 equals 1 because we stand together in spirit. I want to say thank you to the Turkish community for something they did for the Jewish community. Some years ago, Jews were murdered in Turkey in a terrorist attack. And I remember receiving a call from Ibrahim Kurtulis. And he said to me, we need to stand in a demonstration. Bring the Israeli flag with you. We'll bring the Turkish flag with us. And we will show them that we will not be set apart. So the best response we here can do is to stand with one another because you know they want to separate us from each other. So the best answer is stand closer to one another. We also have learned that terrorism may start with one people, but it doesn't stop with one people. It attacks all people. So you strike the skin of a terrorist, and you're going to find someone who hates Jews, who hates Muslims, who hates Christians. We always have to remember that all of us, in looking at our respective traditions, we all share that story in Genesis. We are descendants of Adam and Eve, which means we all have the same spiritual birth certificate. We're all brothers and sisters. So we come here today to hold on to the memory of those who lost their lives. But when we leave here, we're going to do something the terrorists don't want us to do. We're going to hold on to each other even closer. Thank you.
I just want to acknowledge from day one of putting this together, the Board of Rabbis and my good friend Rabbi Joe Potasnik has been there for us, not only for this event, but many other occasions. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Another dear friend of the Jewish community. This gives me great pleasure to request another Rabbi, Michael Miller, from the Jewish Community Relations Council.
Thank you very much, Mohammed. Thank you, Ibrahim. Thank you to everybody who is standing together with us today. Terrorism is indiscriminate. When the suicide bomber is about to detonate, he doesn't ask for a show of hands. How many Muslims are here? How many Christians are here? How many Jews are here? Ultimately, and tragically, after that bomb goes off, the blood of all the victims intermingles. We today are fortunate to be living in the United States of America and here in New York. And gathered on these steps are Jews and Christians and of course many Muslims to condemn what took place in Istanbul, but to condemn terrorism as a whole, as we've heard from all the speakers, that heinous, indiscriminate act. But one thing that we can say that we do stand in solidarity on, of a positive nature, we stand for peace. We stand for salam. We stand for shalom. It does not make a difference what language we speak, English, Arabic, or Hebrew, or any other language. We stand for peace. So as we leave here, as Rabbi Potasnik indicated, we need to work together. Work together not just in projects, but work together towards peace. So that God willing, we don't have to stand here, as Speaker Mark Viverito said earlier, we do not have to come back to these steps, to these microphones, to condemn another act of terror. Thank you.
It gives me a great honor to introduce another imam now from the Albanian Culture Center, Imam Tahir Kikai.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. God is gracious, He is merciful. We pray to Almighty God for forgiveness, terror, Almighty God, and Muhammad. We pray for their families. We pray for the people of Turkey, its leadership, its government. We pray for peace and brotherhood amongst all nations. I want to take
yesterday or the day before was in Istanbul. God knows where they will hit next. So as stronger we stand as one human against the evil, we have better chances to prevail. Brothers and sisters in Turkey, United States are with you, and the free world is with you. On behalf of the Albanian community here in New York City, we send our condolences to the families and our support to the Turkish people. God bless you.